Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending where you are joining us from. This is another moment on the System and Structure Saturday, and today is going to be an amazing moment again because I don't like coming alone to System and Structure. I always want it to always be very conversational. And if you joined us, I think that was the first week in the month of April, the first Saturday that we come here live and direct. We were talking about a topic, the perfection trap, and I said we're going to have the replay, we're going to have the aftermatch, we're going to have second round. We are going to have second half of the event, and here is the second half of the event. Here is the second round of the event, and I'm very sure that it's going to be an amazing moment because we want to talk about something very important today. We want to talk about something that we we see as a normal thing, or let me say as something that we when we find ourselves in such situation, we seems to be productive. Mark the word I made use of. We seems to be productive, meaning that we are not really productive. We just seems to be because when we want to get try to make things better, want to make it look good, want to make it look more special. In that account, you feel like, oh, I'm doing right. I'm doing the best thing that I'm supposed to do. I'm taking the right step that I'm supposed to take, and all of those. And before we know it, time has even gone. We're unable to do the right thing for ourselves anymore. We're unable to focus on what is the best. We're unable to even get the best for ourselves, right? So today, I want you to understand one thing, like one angle, that a lot of businesses are not actually stuck because they don't know what to do. They are stuck because they keep trying to make everything perfect for themselves even before they start. And you can never be perfect before you start. So welcome to System and Structure. I came with so much energy. Why? Because I'm not alone. I'm here with my brother. Okay, well, how are you doing today, bro? Good to see you in the house. What's going on?
Hey, big man, how you doing?
I'm okay. How is your Saturday coming along? How is the evening
I
coming
mean, yeah,
along?
it's,
What's
it's
up?
been a
How
long
is the
week.
April? How does April treat you?
April
Does it?
April has been an amazing month and a very challenging month at the same time. But then it is what it is. So I'm so
So,
excited to be part of this again. I was here last month, I guess, and then we are here for the part two. And I hope we can all have a wonderful section.
you know, last 2 weeks when we were here, was it last 2 weeks? Like a month ago right now. I think that was the second Saturday in the month of April. We were talking about the topic perfection trap and everything like that. And I was just like, we couldn't go much more deeper because we couldn't, time didn't permit us that day. And I feel like it's something that we need to talk about more often than not because all of us want to get better. I want the book to look good. I want this to be this. Now, let me give you an example. I got a book last 2 weeks. I think I got the book about 7,005 or 8,000. And when I saw the book, there was no even any big deal editing inside the book. There is no any so much editing, so much this and everything like that. Guess what? Before I even open the book to read, I already give the person, the writer of the book, recommendation. And when I check in the book, it's not so fancy and all of those things, not like this. And it's done on me that, and I'm trying to put a book together since like 4 6 months now. I'm trying to make it better, make it look good. I've paid editor, like, let's do this, let's make it look this way, it should be this, it should be that, it should be all of those. And it's done on me that none of those really matters, and none of those really matters. That what really matters is that, are you putting the right message out there? Are you talking to people the way you are meant to talk to them? Are they getting your message? The point is that Do they understand what you are saying? Do they understand the solution you bring to the table? How do you know that this thing you're doing is for them and all of those? Do you get? So I'm just saying that what is it that we're trying to make this perfect while we're supposed to be working and just make it perfect on its own when it is the right time? And let me just go with this question, like, do we necessarily need to make things look so fancy before we hit the market, or even before we talk about it?
That's a very wonderful question. And the perfection part of it is where everything gets dicey. And I've been in that shoe before, because you need to understand something, that the more you wait for perfection, the more your competitor leverage on you, and the more you lose customers. Because we are in an era where timing matters, and your customers will choose your competitor at any slight chance that they get. So now, instead of asking why are people trying to wait for the perfect moment to get some things done, I think we should put it in a way that, what is it costing them while they are waiting? Because it is not about just waiting for perfection, it is what they are losing in the process of waiting. And again, we also need to understand that it goes beyond this fancy name, it goes beyond the brand logo, it goes beyond the brand color. It is your identity. And that was why I mentioned something last month while I was here. I mentioned something concerning the fact that, as a business person, you are the point of contact between your business and your customers. And your customer needs to understand the person behind the business before they can properly understand your business. Now, why are we treating this topic again? Is because many business owners are stuck in the decision stage. Now, they don't even know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. Hence, they keep procrastinating. I think the best way we can go about solving this problem is, let us look into what the perfection gap is costing you as a business owner. Now, there is a cost for everything that we do. There is a cost when we are doing the right thing, there is a cost that we pay. And there is a cost when we are doing the wrong thing. Now, while we are waiting, while we are trying to make everything look make everything look perfect, awesome, amazing, what is it costing you as a business person? And number one is, it is costing you growth. That's number one. It is costing you growth. If you did not start, you are not going to get a clarity of where you are heading to. And you see, one of the most important thing of a business that every business will measure over time is growth. How well they do in the first quarter, second quarter, and maybe third quarter, because they always want to check what they are doing right and what is bringing in the revenue. So if you are a business owner, or as a business owner, you are still deciding what you need to do. You are still deciding if you are supposed to take this step or not. I need you to know that in your decision phase, you are already losing some things. Like I said, you are losing growth because, of course, you are nowhere to be found in digital space. And it takes somebody that people know to patronize. Now, second point I'm going to mention here is, you are losing customers. I mean, business that you're supposed to have started 4 5 months ago, and you are still waiting for the right time. The right time was not 4 months ago. The right time was not 3 months, 2 months, 1 month ago. Even the right time was not yesterday. Now the question is, when is it going to be the right time for you to start getting in leads. And you need to understand something as a business person, that sales is a game of figure. The other people you are able to reach out to will determine the percentage of people that will patronize you and likely be your customers. Now, if you've not started showcasing your business, putting your brand out there, then how are you supposed to accumulate leads over the time? Now, the third thing I'm going to say is revenue. Of course, as a business person, while you are waiting for the perfect moment, there is somebody out there that they are doing it with the available resources they have. There are other businesses out there that they just start with confidence and they started making things happen. While you are waiting for the perfect time, permit me to say that you are losing revenue. And you know that the fuel of every business, apart from leads, is revenue, money. So the more you wait, the more you are losing money at one point or the other. Now, let me also mention this, that while you are waiting, while you are trying to make everything perfect, while you are trying to decide, while you are still in the decision phase, you are also losing opportunities. See, it takes a brand to recognize a brand that has been in existence. And you know that one of the things that makes businesses thrive or businesses scale very faster is collaboration with other businesses. And as a starter, as a business that is just starting, to get it is always difficult to get to collaborate, because other brands want to look what they will be getting from you. And you know, collaboration does not just happen. And that is another thing that you need to understand as a business person. Collaboration does not just happen, it happens when there is going to be benefit that each party will get. Now, the benefit can be in terms of audience, the benefit can be in terms of revenue sharing, the benefit can be in time of product review. Now, if as a business person you are still in your own decision phase, you are still looking for the perfect time, and trust me, other brands that have started with the little resources that they are going to go ahead of you and they are going to get themselves presented better for better opportunities. Now, while we are saying all of this, it is interesting, and we also need to understand that the more you wait to be better, the more you wait for everything to come together, the more you wait for people to recognize you, the more you wait to have that much followers, the more your competitors are leveraging on your weakness. And I mean, what is the essence of owning a business that people cannot even see you grow over time? What is the essence of building a business that people cannot trace the blueprint? That people cannot trace the blueprint of your growth. People cannot trace the blueprint of how you started your business. So now, there is another thing that I also want us to know. Perfection is somewhat similar to procrastination, because the more you are saying, okay, let's get this in place, let me get the fine logo, let me get the brand name, let me get this, let me get that. Of course, you might think you are just trying to make a decision, but my friend, you are procrastinating. And your business cannot thrive on inaction. Business thrive when there is action to take over and over and over again. Now, from what Topiloba said earlier, he bought a book. I think I want to make reference to that because it's what I can relate to. He bought a book recently and he realized that the book, the formatting, the branding, everything is not even up to 100%. But there's something that we must learn from that story is whosoever the author is not waiting to sell perfection. The author just decided to sell a message. And that is the most important thing. As a business person, You are not selling perfection with your brand. You can sell perfection with your product, but you are not selling perfection with your brand. You want people to see you and accept you, and then you can get feedbacks from your customers on what they need you to serve them, how they want you to serve them, and then over time you can improve and what do better. Now, another thing that I would also love us to touch base is I want to be sure that people are with me. Um, I want to be sure that people are with me, and I also
I'm
want to be
with you.
sure. All right, all right, all right, all right. Now, so like I was saying, whosoever that author is, the author did not sell perfection. The author sold results. The author did not wait that okay, let me get this and this and this before I push it out. The author decided to sell that okay, the essence of you buying this book is not because of the branding material, it's because of the content you want to get, it's because of the value you want to get from it. Now, we've talked about what perfection gap is costing us, and we also need to know that as a business owner, how can we now come out and how can we now come out of this perfection trap? It is a trap because the more you keep yourself there, the more you dwell in it, the more you see other people move at a speed. And I need you to know something, that as a business owner, whosoever is performing well in your industry is the most person that is showing up on social media. In this era that we have, positioning and visibility is the currency that business owners are eating. And you need to properly position yourself to be seen. Now, how can we now take ourselves? How can we now, as a business owner, um, sorry, how can we now take ourselves away from this trap, the perfection trap? Number one is create your own unique business structure and understand it. Your unique business structure needs to make sense to you alone. See, when we are talking about structure, when we are talking about systems, we're not talking about you building an app. We're not talking about you building a website. But you want to create a system and structure of operation for your business so it will not die. A system and structure for your business that will consistently give you revenue, that will give you leads, and that will also tell people what you are doing and how you are doing it. It takes a business to survive when your customers understand what you are doing. When your customers understand what you are doing as a business owner, it is easier for you to sell. Because at that point, you are not selling ideas. You are not selling hope. You are selling results. So again, I will repeat the first point. Create a unique business structure and understand it. Now, we also want to dive a little bit to another thing that we need to do as a business owner to take ourselves out of this perfection trap, which is just start. You see, starting will give you clarity on where you are going. If you did not start, you remain stuck. And you see, there's something that you need to understand as a business owner. For any ideas that you get, for any ideas that pop up to your mind, there's a tendency that 10 other people are also getting that same idea, or they have gotten the ideas before you. Now, it is now a matter of how fast can you execute it. That's why I said that as a business owner stuck in the perfection gap, please start. If it is content creating, start with your phone. If it is courses that you want to do, start. There are resources that you can use that are free, that you don't even need to pay for. Just go there, do your research, start. You see, most times it is better that we get feedback from our customers people that have used your product and they've tested your product are the best people to receive feedback from, not people that are advising you. Because why? They've not used your product. And last time I also said something, that if as a business owner you are getting scared on how to start, maybe you have an idea, you have a good product that you want to sell, you have a good product that you want to sell, or you have a service that you want to learn, and you are kind of stuck, you are kind of afraid, it is easier. You don't need to fail to make it. Just make sure that you reach out to somebody that have done something before, something similar to that, or somebody that have trended in that part of business before. Reach out to that person. Let them put you through. See, if you want to learn perfectly as a business owner, don't learn from business success story. Learn from their mistakes. Their mistakes will not be posted on the internet. You will not see it. It is only businesses success stories that are being posted. But if you want to learn from that business, let's say for example now, let me use myself as an example. I'm a funnel designer and I built business structure. Now, let me now tell you, if anybody walk up to me and ask me, oh, I want to learn how to do this and do this and do this, or I want to learn how to even properly position myself online. Trust me, the best thing to learn from me is not the good thing you are seeing online. You need to pay yourself into a path that will make me open up to you my mistakes and error. That is what you will leverage on, so that you will not make the same mistakes. I will also use somebody popular as as a reference to this. Sorry, it might go out of context a little bit. I would love to use Victor Osimhen, and that's because Osimhen is a very um entertaining and inspiring person. Now, if you are a footballer or you are an aspiring footballer, if you want to become a successful footballer, trust me, the success story of Osimhen is not what you will learn from. Try to create a connection that will make him tell you stories about his mistakes in his early stages of his career. You will never make that mistakes again. And you know something? Those powerful people, those powerful business owners, they put those stories in their book. You will not see it online. But some of them, these stories, the stories of their struggles, how they fail, you will always get it in their book. And that is why there is another that said, if you want to hide something from black people, put it inside the book. Because trust me, many of us, we are not even interested in reading the context of the book. Now, I don't want to deviate, but then I want Tobiloba to come on and let's talk on these few points before I, proceed with the other points that I have. But again, if you are just joining us, we are talking about how businesses can excuse themselves, how businesses can break that chain of the perfection gap holding them from moving forward. Yeah. Satobilaba, thank you very much. Welcome. Your mic is muted.
Thank you so much for what you've shared so far. So amazing, and I really picked a whole lot. But I'm going to come from this perspective or from this angle that, do you know that you can be busy doing nothing? You can actually be busy as a business owner, saying you want to map out idea, you want to come out like this is how you want it to be. Oh, the logo shouldn't be upside down. No, this place supposed to face this place. No, if you did not face this, they will not know this what I'm talking about, and all of those things. I painted a scenario of the book that I got. The guy, I'm sure the guy wrote the book with, he got the idea and he wrote it with cloud. He wrote the book with cloud. Did you understand? I got the book. All that converted me to buying the book was just the sales page. I didn't even read the sales page, but just the sales copy. Just that one sentence converted me. And I didn't even read this, to be honest. I didn't even read the sales page. It's like, this is what I need. And I read, I got the book. Do you know that before I even opened the book, just because of that sales copy, and I've already go to that Facebook, I already said, oh, I recommend this book to everybody. I haven't read it. Do you understand? I've not read it as at that time. So here's what you need to understand. Your competitors are not playing. And the moment an idea comes to you, it's sent to millions of others. You know why? Because this word is everything is energy. Everything is energy. There is something that you need to understand about energy. The same energy, you are not the only one vibrating at that moment. So the energy you have, you vibrate, the person is vibrating in your direction, you also vibrate in the person direction. And do you now know what the word is going to reward? The word is going to reward the person that executes. I will get to know it first. The word is going to help such a person to project that this is what Tobiloba have to offer, even though there is one Paul out there that also have the same knowledge or have the same idea. But do not take time enough to be able to do what it needs to do. Do you understand? For them to be able to do what they need to do on time. So you need to understand one thing for a fact, that to the fact that you have a knowledge does not necessarily mean it that it's going to help people. It's not going to help them yet. It's only going to be meaningful when you project it, when you give them that, oh, this is how I help business. We help you to build system and structure around your business so that you'll be able to scale. We're able to do this so that we can bring smile to your face. I was talking to one of my friends who I'm going to be bringing in our next episode on the system and structure Saturday. I was talking to her on that topic, on the word of AI. We were sharing with ourselves on the word of AI that there is the word of AI that we find ourselves. Now I was saying something to her that many people see AI as they've already exchanged it to their ability, to the strength that they even have. They've exchanged it to that idea. They deleted everything that they've had in the first, and they focus only on the AI. And I was telling her that AI do not have the capacity to think. They don't have, you can only give, like, AI, this is the direction you need to think. This is what I want you to give me. This is the thing, is what you give. AI is as smart as the person using it. Do you understand? Then I went further to tell her that we are the only one that can walk through the streets. We can walk in the street, then we can get inspired, maybe with the sunlight. We can get inspired with the atmosphere. We can get inspired with the wave. We can get inspired with so many things. Then we can operate it. We can use it. We can use AI to make it come to reality. So the
Exactly.
world is not going to reward you. The fact that it's not going to reward you because you have an idea. It's going to reward you because your idea has solved a solution. Your idea have a solution to a problem. That you are solving a problem. That is the only thing. That is the only thing that your idea will be useful for. So you must understand something for a fact, that you must understand that if you have an idea, the only thing that makes sense to you at the end of the day is that you put it out there. So AI is not has not come to take anybody's job. It's only going to be useful for people who are very, very confident enough and be like, okay, this is what I've got to share. This is what I have, and this is my word. This is what I want to give to the world for them to know, and all of those. So you must understand that your own work, as someone that God has given breath, you have been given the capacity to think, to reason, to be inspired, to have inspiration with anything going around you, with people you have around you. The best you can do is to take action all the time. So stop waiting for the perfect time. There's no any perfect time. You just have to do it now. Are you there, bro?
Yes, big man. So yeah,
Please
I
take it off. Of there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So now, like what he said, you don't need to wait to be perfect. You just need to start. And one of the point I also mentioned earlier. Now, you see, starting will give you clarity on what platform to properly position yourself on. Now, let me use myself as an example. I am multidimensional. Now, when I started my journey, I started as a freelancer. Now, and through my journey, I started with Facebook and Instagram. Then I grew to a point that I knew that I needed to own an agency. Now, immediately I became an agency owner, well registered. I need to properly position myself again. And that was where my LinkedIn journey got started. Now, you don't need to figure everything out when you started. You don't need to have everything properly figured out. But your own is while you are starting, you are getting clarity. Clarity on positioning, clarity on where to be for feasibility, clarity on where to be, where sales will come in. You are getting that clarity. So I would also love to at this point to how can you get yourself out of this perfection trap as a business person. You need to understand that the competition is between you and you alone. One thing that is killing business owners is competition. Of course, competition is good, a healthy one at that. But competition will make more sense if it is between you and you. Now, last year, what is your revenue? Last year, how many leads comes in into your business? Last year, how many leads are you able to retain? Last year, how many collaborations are you able to achieve? Last year, how many influencers are you able to, connect with? Now, you now want to put yourself, you now want to draw a chart on what you want to do. If you want to go times two, times three, it should be the competition should be between you and you. When you have that in mind, that you are not competing with me, you see, the sky is big enough for everybody to fly. And when everybody are flying, trust me, they don't need, sorry, when everybody is flying, they don't need to, compete with, each other. Everybody can fly and move at their own pace. No pressure, no pressure at all. You need to understand that because, I just used to imagine how you just wake up one day as a business owner and you put unnecessary pressure on yourself. Of course, set goals for your business, set goals for yourself. Of course, set goals on what you want to achieve. That is business, that is you versus what you've analyzed in your business, what you've audited, what you've seen that this thing can be better improved. Set a goal around that. So the competition should be between you and not between Tobiloba
Yes,
and me. I mean,
yes,
Tobiloba can be a website designer, can be a funnel designer too. That does not mean that I should hate on him or I should now, be putting unnecessary pressure on myself. Grow at your own pace. Grow at your own pace. Learn to understand the concept, the strategy that is working for you to grow without putting pressure on yourself. Now, this is the last point that I want to talk about on that aspect. You see, as a business person that want to leave the perfection trap, understand what you are selling to your audience or to your customers. You see, there are many business owners. Now, when you give them work or when you tell them you want to buy something, you will be so disappointed in what they are selling or in the service that they render. You see, what they are giving is not proportional to what they projected to have or to the value they projected to have. And that is why I asked a question here that when you understand what you are selling to your people, to your audience, then I put question mark in front. Are you selling hope or you are selling results? If you are selling hope, trust me, You will gather many people, but the faster you gather, the faster they leave you, because they are not getting the result from what you are getting, from what you are selling. Hence, you cannot retain them. And it's going to be a very bad publicity for you as a business owner. If you sell results, trust me, your result will even announce you. Because when I use your service, when I use Tobiloba's service and I'm satisfied, I want to tell my friend about his service. And that is me doing promoting his business indirectly without even paying me. So you need to understand what you are even selling. And I think that will also brings me to
Yes.
this. Okay, you want to say something? You can come on.
Yes, what I'm actually trying to come in with, sorry, you're going to take over, is that you see many businesses they've overcomplicate things for themselves. We've overemphasized on what is not necessary. A lot of business that once you have a business idea, like, okay, should I do this thing? To be honest, you need to learn how to trust your mind. You need to learn how to trust yourself that you have the capacity to solve a problem. And you must understand that people buy transformation. Nobody buys information. I don't buy the fact that I just want to keep this information. I buy transformation. You see, I buy transformation for, like, this is an end goal. This is what my problem looks like, and this is what I need to achieve. Do you understand? You must understand that this is what I need to achieve, and this is the solution that I'm looking for it. And the moment you know that you have solution for something, you must understand that as much as there's somebody that have that problem, they won't hesitate. Just like the way I made mention of the book I got for you. You see, that book is not well put together. They did not edit it. It's just written with cloud. Because I'm so familiar with cloud, I knew this book was written with cloud. No, there's nothing they can tell me. But I bought the book. Why? Because I needed a transformation at that moment. Do you understand? So you must understand that it's transformation that you have. It's transformation that you need to give to people around you. People need transformation. And you must know that until you understand that this transformation you are bringing to the marketplace, you will find it difficult to be able to sell yourself in such a way that you are meant to sell it. So as long as what you offer solve a problem, you solve a specific problem, give solution to a particular problem, you are good to go. Not how it look, no, maybe it's not the brand color that comes first, it's not the logo, it's not all of those things that matters first. It's not all of those things that matter first. I think we're going to be having probably maybe like a business school or whichever way is going to be online. I'm going to discuss it just like the way we are saying it now. I think just come, I'm going to discuss with my brother. We're going to put something together that is going to be beyond this LinkedIn. It's going to be beyond the YouTube you are watching us together. It's going to be something you pay for definitely. You're going to pay for it. But at the end of the day, it's solution that you are going to see for a problem. I tell people about system and structure. There's a way you can there's a way you can systemize your life, you can systemize your business, you can have system around everything, and you will be happy that you have all of those things. You see, I don't want this to exceed that 1 hour, so I'm going to use it to that speaker. He has done a lot of beautiful things to this topic. He has said a lot of beautiful things about it. So you must understand that your solution is what you need to focus on. What is the solution you bring to the marketplace? That's what we are selling. What is the solution you bring to the marketplace? That's what you are selling. Amazon does not own a book. Uber does not own any vehicle. Glovo does not own any restaurant. They just stand in the gap. Do you get? So what is the solution? As long as there's an end goal, there must be an end goal to what you are giving to people. Whether you do online business, you do physical business, there must be a solution that you are solving. All right, this is where I'm going to pause on this episode, and I'm going to use this my bro to give us the live track for this
we've
session.
we've said a whole lot, and I mean that is just the only thing that I can say for any business owner that is watching us, or for any business, or for any person that you have the concept of a business in your head, of a business in your head. You need to know that People will not buy the perfection, they just want transformation, just like my brother said. And the earlier you start, the better. And you need to know that people will not recognize you when you are behind the scene. People will only recognize you when you are on the front line. And so that's going to be my final word for this section. Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Tobiloba. And my name is Okewotemnolua Emmanuel. I am a marketing funnel builder. Thank you very much for the invite, sir.
All right, thank you so very much for joining me on this episode this week. I think we're going to be coming together, in 2 weeks' time. I have another. We're going to talk about how can we outsmart AI. That's the topic we are talking about. I'm going to be coming with my friend in the UK, Sarah. She's going to be coming with me on how can we outsmart AI. It's going to be a very good topic, going to be a very great conversation, and I have to let you know that this is the best time to be alive. This is the best time to be alive, and we must leverage on all the opportunities that we've given. This is not the time that we will struggle. Once you have an idea, you have tools that can make that idea to come to reality. Have a very beautiful day. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your Saturday. Do have a lovely evening, afternoon in the US, and morning in some part of the world. Take care of yourself. Bye bye, everyone.